Welcome back to America Decides. The damage from Hurricanes Milton and Helene is expected to cost tens of billions of dollars. One of the options for millions of Americans who face storms damage is the National Flood Insurance Program. Some lawmakers are raising concerns that fund could get overwhelmed with claims. Louisiana Republican Congressman Garret Graves joins us now. Congressman, it's great to see you. If we had more time, you and I could get very deep in the wet-soaked weeds of who qualifies, what the flood insurance program covers, the history beyond that. We don't have time for that. I just want to ask a threshold question. Are you afraid in the next couple of months that this program could run out of funds and those who qualify still might not get the kind of help that they need?
Not the flood insurance program, no. Flood insurance program between cash reserves and borrowing authority has about $14 billion in resources they can tap. I don't think that program is going to run out of money anytime in the next few months. Longer term, we may have to replenish it. I think the bigger issue is going to be on the shorter term FEMA funds and on the longer term recovery funds through programs like HUD, Housing and Urban Development, and others.
Congressman, you said something to Politico that caught our eye. Quote, the way that we prepare for disasters and the way we recover from them just needs to be fundamentally changed. What are you talking about?
But bottom line is that we wait and wait for a disaster to happen, and then we spend billions and billions of dollars picking up the pieces and preparing that community for the last disaster, rather than coming in, identifying the vulnerabilities in our community, making investments in a proactive manner. Look, bottom line is we spend billions of dollars in the aftermath of a disaster rather than spending millions of dollars on the front end. With the change in storm intensity that we've seen in the last several years, we've got to be more proactive, especially in protecting our coastal communities where we're seeing larger and larger percentages of our population moving.
Congressman, I wonder if you consider the situation in Asheville, North Carolina, illustrative of the point you're making. Because I read since Hurricane Helene devastated not only Asheville, but other parts of western North Carolina, Asheville undertook what they thought was a forward-looking, anticipatory rebuild of their infrastructure to prepare for really big storms. They did this in about 2004, 2005, not anticipating something that would be a once-in-a-thousand-year storm event, which Helene turned out to be. They tried to do this, and even they were overwhelmed by a catastrophic storm. Is that a cautionary tale for us?
I think it absolutely is. We need to fundamentally change the way that we prepare for and identify vulnerabilities. Bottom line is in the last 8 years, we've had about 6,000 to 7,000 plus year events. I'm not great at math, but something about that doesn't make sense.
And in that vein, do you detect within Congress a kind of willingness to, because I don't see that often in my experience in Washington, to reassess how we do things? We tend to just spend more money on the things that we've been doing for a very long time. Is there a lively conversation going on across the aisles? And I know you're not going to be in Congress for that much longer, to rethink these things and to prepare better so we spend less on the other side.
There are smaller conversations. Congressman Jared Moskowitz of Florida and I have been having bipartisan conversations. We've got a number of bills we filed trying to flip this whole paradigm over to where we're more proactive, less reactive. Bottom line is that it usually is either the members that have been through disasters or those that are facing a disaster that are really paying attention to this. Otherwise, whether you look at Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Harvey, September 11th, and other major disasters, Congress is way too reactive rather than actually leaning forward and being proactive. I'll say it again, Congressman Moskowitz and I both are working to try to change that conversation.
We have less than a minute, Congressman. I want to ask you, insurance is also becoming a huge issue for those who live and reside in places affected by wildfires like my native state of California or Florida along the coast. Is that going to drive lawmakers to pay more attention to this going forward?
I think you hit the nail on the head. Right now, the federal government only insures flood insurance, terrorism risk insurance, and nuclear power plants, the three areas where they provide insurance. You brought up wildfires. We have things like earthquakes, tornadoes, winter storms, and others. I really think we need to be looking more comprehensively at an all hazards type approach, but using our regular insurance policies and companies as the first and second lines of defense and only having the federal government there for catastrophic events. I think that's going to be a more affordable and a less bureaucratic way of dealing with disasters disasters, preparing for disasters, and of course, getting communities back on their feet much faster.
A knowledge-based conversation. Congressman Garret Graves, thank you very much for your time, sir.
You bet. Thank you.